It's a brand new YouTube channel. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm still doing it because it feels right, because I'm passionate about talking about these things. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Evelyn Barta and I really love to share my thoughts about everything that is connected to spirituality, mindset, personal development, and I love to challenge the beliefs of the society. In today's video, I would love to talk about how to find your life's purpose. If you are struggling with that and if you are feeling lost without feeling that you have, a certain direction in life, we have been all through that struggle. We have been all through that feeling of being lost, completely confused. So I would love to give you some tips on that. And I would love to share my story, how I found my life's purpose. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So today's video is about how to find your soul's purpose, how to find your life's purpose, to find that particular thing that is making your heart sing, that is leaving you with a feeling of completion, a feeling of fulfillment, that really you are doing what you're supposed to do. So this is the feeling that you get when you find that particular thing, and it's really related to your passion, and it's related to your emotions. So what does it really mean to find your life's purpose? So in my definition, is something that your soul has agreed upon before incarnation, before deciding to incarnate on this earth plane, that it's going to do in order to experience itself fully and in order to express itself, its true nature fully, without compromising itself, with being free, having meaningful connections with people and with all living creatures around, and then also doing something that is passionate about, that something that is helping your soul to experience that oneness in a very deep level. So for me personally, finding my life's purpose is finding that particular thing that really sets my heart on fire, and I can do that from my heart space. So that's a clear indicator for me. If I can do something from my heart space, it will always feel natural. It will always feel organic. It's not gonna feel forced. It's not gonna feel like I have to make an effort in order to get something. If I'm passionate about something and I can truly do it from my heart space, that is part of my life's purpose. So it's really about tapping into that creative, inspirational energy that is gonna fuel my actions. So meaning that I'm not gonna burn out. Even if I get tired, I might take a break, but it's gonna be that fuel that is going to inspire my actions. So first of all, is self-realization. Is really that creation and calling. I can experience myself fully and my true nature, and then by doing that, I'm gonna contribute to the whole and to the well-being of all living creatures around me. So let me share my personal journey about how I found my life's purpose. And what I'm doing right now, it might not be the final destination, but I know that I'm very close to doing what I love. I mean, I'm on the right track. And whatever I choose to do now, I do it because I love it. So in 2013, I moved to London, and London is one of the most expensive cities in the world. So you cannot really get by without having a full-time job. The rents are super expensive. Life is super expensive in London. So I started to have obviously jobs that didn't feel right, but I felt like I had to compromise myself in order to make money and to get by every single day. And back then, I wasn't on the level of consciousness that I'm right now. I didn't have the awareness whatsoever. So I was just doing what the society was expecting me to do, basically. My personal life wasn't great either. So I felt like I was a victim of the circumstances, that everything is happening to me. It's not my fault, I was in a relationship that wasn't fulfilling at all. I had to do something, I was doing a job that I didn't like whatsoever. It was super hard. And then my housing situation wasn't great either, because I had to move with other people. I was living in a small room. I didn't have privacy whatsoever. So everything was just upside down, and it felt like I was betraying myself and I'm compromising my inner peace. This is how it felt all the time, and I was really unhappy with my circumstances. And I remember for a very long time, I definitely felt like I couldn't fit in. And there was something wrong with me because I couldn't get excited about certain things that other people got excited about. And I just couldn't see myself doing the same things that was passed upon generations to generations. And just because someone in the past has been doing things in a certain way, I was always questioning, why should I do that in that way? I remember in 2016 in London, I went out with a couple of friends. We went for some drinks, and we were sitting on a terrace, and it was an area of London that is called the City of London. And it's like in New York, the Wall Street, so that financial center of London. And we were sitting there and we were talking, and one of my friends said that I could really see myself working in those tall buildings. And my other friend said as well that, oh, I could see myself as well, definitely in those buildings, working in one of the offices. So it was almost like a status symbol for them, working in one of those places. And I was sitting there, and I remember I felt like a failure, like a complete failure, because I just couldn't relate to it. I felt like I wasn't ambitious enough. There's something wrong with me. I don't have the drive that these people are having. I don't have the ambition. I don't have the purpose. These two friends of mine had the purpose, at least, to one day to make it in one of those buildings, to work in one of those offices, because it's like something super cool to work in the financial center. I really felt like I just cannot relate to that, and it's my fault. So this feeling of floating without any purpose in life went on up to 2017, when finally I said, okay, I need to do something with my life. I don't care what is that. And then I had a conversation with someone who was a software developer. And I really loved the fact that he was working for himself and he was doing what he loved and what he was really passionate about. And I said, you know what, I'm going to start studying computer science. So I enrolled in a master's program to become a software developer and finally to be my own boss, because I couldn't stand the fact that I have to work for someone else for the rest of my life. So I was studying computer science, coding, programming, but it was a complete failure. I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. And then I realized very quickly that this is not the path that I want to take, but it doesn't matter. The idea is that I took action, and I took action towards a direction that eventually it led me to a path that is much more aligned with my life purpose. So my tip number one to you guys, if you don't know which direction you should go, is set the intention. Send the intention out to the universe that you really want to find out your life's mission and your life's purpose. The universe is always listening to our requests, and you can say that you are very open to synchronicities, to meeting people that are going to lead you to the right direction. And these kind of synchronicities are going to appear from everywhere and very quickly. For example, overhearing a conversation on the street, hearing something on the radio, having a conversation with someone, and that person is going to say something that you really needed to hear, or just dreaming about something. So just be very open to receiving that kind of information, because it's going to be part of your building blocks. My tip number two, guys, is take action. Even though you might think that it's not the straight line that is going to lead you exactly to your life's purpose, just take action and start doing things as first steps. If I look back to my computer science journey, it was clearly not for me. And when I think about it, it didn't feel like it was coming from the heart. It didn't feel like this is something that I really want to do, but it gave me a sense of belonging. It gave me a sense of direction and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that I'm not just floating around without any purpose, but actually taking a step towards something new. When you don't know where you're supposed to go, just take steps towards a particular direction, because that is where your life path is going to unfold. You're going to meet the right people. You're going to meet possibilities and opportunities. Along the way, if you're not focusing on your overthinking, but you're going with the flow, your path is not only going to unfold for you, but you are going to get clarity and gain clarity for yourself. I know that the biggest question that it will arise in you, because this is what happened to me as well. What if I'm not getting it right? What if I'm making a mistake and it's going to cost me a lot of money, or is it going to cost me relationships, all in vain? I can tell you that it did cost me a lot of money as well, just that step when I decided to go back to studies. But it doesn't matter, because whatever I was learning in the process, it was all worth it. Don't be afraid of getting it wrong, because if you're not getting things wrong, you're not going to get on the right track ever. look, this is my first video. It's a brand new YouTube channel. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm still doing it because it feels right, because I'm passionate about talking about these things. I'm passionate about these topics and sharing my knowledge with other people. So we will see where it leads. It might not be the final destination, but who cares? I'm here, I'm doing it, I'm in the present, and I'm enjoying the process. That's all that matters. So don't be afraid to take that step and to take action. My tip number 3 to you guys is change the story about what you think that you should do and what you think that you are supposed to do. It is super typical, and we all fall prey to that if we invested time and money into something, be it an education or business, it means that this is what we are supposed to do. This is what happened to me with my IT journey, that when I started to feel like this whole thing was more like a pain rather than a pleasure, instead of quitting, I was still holding on to it. This comes down to the social conditioning that if you quit something or you don't finish something that you started, it means that you are either unreliable or you are weak or you are not consistent, and it's just socially unacceptable to quit something before you finish. So I would really love to challenge that, because it is exactly the opposite of that, the truth. I would have honestly saved myself from so much pain if I have understood this a few years ago, that actually quitting is the opposite of weakness. It's courage and it's strength. And this applies to walking away from friendships, relationships, everything that is not fulfilling, businesses, quitting jobs. The moment that something feels right, like is taking away more than it's giving, you know that it's time to quit. I remember some time ago when I was working in places that didn't feel fulfilling, I wouldn't quit, my job, because I consider that if I quit, it means that I cannot handle the situation, and that is a weakness. I would do the same with some of my relationships with men, for example, or friendships as well. When they did not feel right and fulfilling and okay and natural, I wouldn't quit, because I was so not in tune with my own heart and my own emotions that I would consider that the problem doesn't come from them, it comes from me. And that was really like a distorted belief of mine. Now it's time to talk about my last tip, which is be in tune with your emotions. Operate from the heart and don't operate from your mind when it comes to finding your life's purpose. And this is the big moment when you have to be brutally honest with yourself, because you have to ask yourself the question, what is that I really love? What is that is setting my heart on fire? There are a few actually very simple questions that you can ask yourself if you want to find out the truth. And one of them is, what would I do if money wasn't a problem? What would I enjoy doing if I had as much money in my bank account for the rest of my life as I needed to have? The other question is, and this is a crucial one, what would I enjoy doing if people's opinion wasn't a problem, and if their judgments wasn't a problem for me? And the last question, which is an interesting one, is that what would I do if there were no rules and no expectations in the society? So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I wish you all the best, all the courage, all the wisdom in the world, all the right people to show up in your life that are gonna help you to get exactly where you are supposed to be in life. I'm so excited about my brand new channel, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and you're more than welcome to let me know what kind of videos you would like to see on my channel. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever you like, wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited to see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.